Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, and happy Monday. Another week is starting today, and I'm getting comfortable here. It is a pleasure to see you today. It's Monday, April 11, and we are starting a week with a happy bang. It is great to be here. We have all kinds of news. Why do we have news? Because that's what we do. We collect news every morning. We prepare our coffee. We get out of bed. We pet Luna, the cat, my baby. And then we look at what's going on around the world. And what do we do with that knowledge? Well, we share it with you. And then we learn so much about you through your comments and all your questions and your suggestions about how to have an awesome life here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. How much fun can one have on a Monday morning? I will say, though, it has begun to look like 2 showers per day season is here. It is getting schwitzy. Humidity is back, but you know, what can I say? We always know it comes back this time of year, so we might as well make the best of it. Before we get started today, let us, as always, encourage friends that are watching for the first time to let us know that they're new to the live broadcast by writing the word new in your comment. We'll just give you a nice little welcome, no big whoop. And if you have something really important to share, please add a capital Q at the beginning of your comment, and that way we will make sure to pull it out from all the comments once we get to our chit-chat section in the second half of the broadcast. Today we have some crime-related news. We have some caca water news. It wouldn't be Monday without our beloved trademark Puerto Vallarta original smelly water. And I'm personally really excited about the interview that we're going to conduct at noontime today. And I'll get to tell you more information about that in a little while. But first, let us go through our usual routine. Let us take a quick look at the news, and we'll take it from there. Early morning on December 18 of 2020, former Jalisco Governor Aristóteles Sandoval was murdered at Distrito 5, a local restaurant across from the La Isla shopping mall. An investigation ensued, and now we have learned that the key suspect, who was actually a founding partner of the restaurant, was apprehended over the weekend in Mexico City. The suspect will be sent to our state capital for due processing. There are not many more details available at this time, although I did read elsewhere that 2 key suspects are still missing at large. Let's see what else we have. Look at this picture. Yes. Look at this picture. What do you see? There's a lovely brand spanking new Insurgentes Street bridge in the background and lovely wet street on the foreground. But that is no ordinary lovely wet water. Why would it be when we live in Puerto Vallarta? It's our own brand of caca water. Yes. Stemming from a leak in nearby streets Guerrero and Emilio Carranza. Eyewitness reports claim that the governor and the mayor walked right past it on the way to inaugurating the bridge, and they were asked to, well, to take a deep breath and take in the problem. We don't know if and when this will be resolved, but we certainly hope that CEAPAL is going to be ready to address this, especially with so many tourists in town. And I see quite quickly that Mark Hartman is in the house. It is such a pleasure to see you, Dr. Hartman. Those of you that know Mark know that I very much admire this gentleman because his knowledge and expertise in the world of music and stage is absolutely incredible. He has 2 MAC awards under his belt, MAC awards being the Manhattan Association of Clubs and Cabarets, something like that. It's kind of like the Grammys for cabaret performers. Mark has been on stage he's performed on stage with Michael Feinstein at Carnegie Hall, and we get to talk to him one-on-one, and he answers my telephone calls. I mean, that makes me feel special. Mark, it'll be a pleasure to connect with you both later on today and find out a little bit more about what you're up to. I just got excited seeing Mark. Please indulge me. So going back to our news, let's see what else we have. Oh, this is sweet. This is very sweet. Important buildings, public buildings and monuments in Guadalajara were illuminated with rainbow colors in celebration of the recent passing of same-sex marriage in the state, something that will make many, many people very, very happy, but not everyone. Ooh. Guadalajara Cardinal Francisco Robles Ortega is certain that this modification to the law was imposed by a minority and claims that the issue of gay marriage or same-sex marriage should have been discussed and decided by public opinion and that society was not taken into account. I'm going to very much resist the temptation of getting into that statement because it's only Monday and we want to keep things happy for a Monday, just happy. And to be happy, let us very quickly take a look at the weather forecast before we continue with the rest of our news. Society was not taken into account. Don't get me started on that one. It is sunny out. Yay, sunburns, says our snarky weather forecast. It is, oh, Dios mío. It is 25 degrees out there and humidity is very high, 68%. No wonder I'm feeling schwitzy this morning. No wonder I'm going to have to take a shower before the noon interview because I'm going to be excited and nervous. Again, 25 degrees right now, 76 degrees Fahrenheit, humidity at 68%. Our weather forecast for the beginning of the week. It's going to be a clear day through the day with a high temperature of 30 and a low temperature of 21. And then tomorrow is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 30 and a low of 19. And then Wednesday, again, partly cloudy with a high of 32 and a low of 17. It's getting warmer and warmer. Let's see. Oh, dear, your comments. Well, I don't think so much as that the cardinal wants to marry his boyfriend, Javier, but I think when these individuals say, well, you know, we should leave it to public opinion, then it's a risky thing. But what happens when public opinion is very much in favor of something? Look at what happened with the referendum for our president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador. It took place this weekend. And yes, not a lot of people participated, but of the people that participated, the vast majority said, yes, we want our president to continue in power. So, you know, this whole idea of, you know, people should have been asked, it's a risky idea. But again, we don't want to turn this into a debate on the lovely cardinal or anything because, see, now you guys are going through the rabbit hole. I wonder if the cardinal would become a consultation, welcome a consultation asking whether churches should pay taxes. See, I knew if we talked about this, it would get rabbit holey. So let us switch channels altogether and let us go back to a place that we haven't even seen and that we probably won't see for quite some time. And that is the Islas Marias. When it comes to the new ferry leaving from San Blas to the just opened Maria Islands or Islas Marias, I would not suggest you pack your bags just yet. Mexico President Andrés Manuel López Obrador has indicated that the booking and management of the islands will be in the hands of the Secretary of the Marine. And I don't know that they have any kind of experience in hotel management, but hey, what do I know? We've seen beautiful images of the inside of the ferry, comfortable seats and all, but there are no travel agencies handling the bookings, which are supposed to take place on weekends. And how much will it cost? Nobody knows. Our president did say that it's going to be budget vacations for budget people from Mexico. So we know that if it's going to be handled by the government and it's going to be very affordable, it's going to be a long waiting list, I am sure, in order to be able to visit the Maria Islands. So why did our president make a big deal to go to the islands and back now and not when everything is actually ready to go? That's a great question. Do I think it'll happen this summer? I actually don't think so. And who would want to go to San Blas in the middle of the summer? No offense to anybody watching from San Blas, but I understand that it's really, really warm there. And there's a lot of bugs, and it's just not pleasant to deal with. So I suppose I'm no longer going to be as excited about the Maria Islands as I have been, and I'm just going to wait until it is a better time to promote that. And now I'm smirking because I'm just reading this rabbit holy. That's a good one, Paula. I think that deserves one of these. Not bad, not bad at all. I want to leave you with a feel-good video. It was not a very long video, but here's some context. We reported last week about the terrible fire that destroyed over 400 booths at the famous San Juan de Dios market in Guadalajara. Work is presently underway to make sure that the market returns to normal operation. Excuse me. And the state government has prepared aid packages for booth owners. But I was really touched by this short video shared by Guadalajara Mayor Pablo Lemus Navarro, where we see him taking part of a taquiza or taco fest that was organized over the weekend by market vendors to feed some of their colleagues who, due to the fire, are temporarily unable to provide for themselves. The video is really short, but I wanted to show this with you. Why? Because good deeds are contagious, and I just felt good about it, and it brought a smile to my face. I hope it'll bring a smile to your face as well. Now, I want to give you a little bit of additional context about something before we dive into your comments. Since it opened on Broadway in 1957, Jerome Robbins's choreographic masterpiece, West Side Story, with music by Leonard Bernstein and lyrics by Stephen Sondheim, has been revived on the Broadway stage five times, in 1960, 1964, 1980, 2009, and 2020. And that doesn't even count the two gorgeous films that we have and the two productions that took place in the West End in London. Now, Jerome Robbins, who died in 1998, was still around and very much involved for the 1980 revival, and he handpicked an actor to play the leading role. Now, think about this. How many individuals can go around the planet saying, I was handpicked by Jerome Robbins to play the leading role in West Side Story on Broadway? And how many individuals like that can actually be standing in the same city at the same time? And how about in Puerto Vallarta? Well, today at noon, we get the opportunity to meet this man, Brent Barrett, who is in town with our dear friend, pianist and music director Mark Hartman, who we've said hello to a second ago. They are involved in a limited engagement at Encanto. They are both serious Broadway heavyweights, and we get to know a little bit more about them both. Mark, of course, has some very impressive accolades under his belt as well. So If you have nothing else to do, we're going to end our broadcast at the usual time. Then I'm going to go take a shower. And then we are going to engage in this wonderful interview that I'm very much looking forward to right here at Coffee and Headlines at noontime today. And with that said, let me switch back to comment mode and see what you guys are up to this very lovely morning, other than rabbit holing with the cardinal. Oh, let's see. Lots of good mornings, as always, from places like Cipolite and the Ozarks. Um, Gary, happy Let's Make Money for Oxo week. Yay. Never remembered the revocación de mandato midterm election in the past. Something new? I know about 95 million people are registered to vote and believe 40% are required for any action to be taken. Well, the revocación de mandato is something that our president has been very keen on. I cannot actually tell you if it's a new thing or a no thing, or not a new thing, Gary. I don't remember past presidents getting engaged in this kind of referendum business in which we, the people, are able to decide whether we think they should stay in office or not. But it happened. It happened, and once again, as I mentioned, not a lot of people participated. I'm sure participation was lower than anticipated, but the vast majority want our president to stay in office, and I suppose this is a good thing. Let's see what else we have. Well, not a good thing for the opposition, but let's not go there. It's only Monday. Many, many good mornings. Many, many, many good mornings. Vancouver's in the house. Hello, Carol. Jim says the loss of tourism from the caca water would easily pay to fix these problems. Well, I don't know how the money's work in those issues, but it really is interesting to see how something breaks, something gets repaired, and then something else breaks. And I'm sure that this must happen in every large city. I don't think Puerto Vallarta is particularly cursed in that regard. Let's see what else we have. We have a lengthy report from Dave Schwartz. We're not going to put that on the screen because look at that. Whoa, who would have time to read this on the screen? But of course, it's there for you to read anytime you want. I know that Dave had a lovely dinner at Casa 449. Thank you very much for your generosity in words, Dave. I have heard wonderful things about this restaurant, and I am very much looking forward to checking it out at some point. Cardinal comments. That green color polo shirt, Paco, good color for you. Thank you very much, Patty. I figured I would dress up a little bit for our interview later on today. Let's see what else. Jim gets snarky. Which cartel owns the president currently? Well, that is snarky. And I don't have an answer for you. But it is snarky. I love it. Russ says, I'm looking forward to arriving in Puerto Vallarta in 11 days. It is snowing here in Portland, so I wish I was there now. Kathleen asks, what is the status of the monitoring of red tide in Banderas Bay? I have no idea. I really don't. I haven't seen anything published. Then Alex and Steve. Oh, yes, Alex and Steve. We met in person on Friday. Could you leave a contact name for the person you mentioned for help with permanent residency? Alex and Steve were wondering about this. I know that it was my friend Michal that has that information. I know that Logan also has a contact. So, my dears, Michal and Logan, if you're watching, would you kindly create a nurturing connection for Alex and Steve? I would be very, very much appreciative of that. Let's see what else. Oh, you want me to sing this early in the morning? How do you get to islands named Maria? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? Thank you very much, Raymond. I needed a pun for the day. How do you get to islands named Maria? I love it. Oh dear, what else do we have? Ronald is back in Tennessee, so sad to leave, but my cat is happy. Good seeing Paco at Whiskey Kitchen. Whiskey Kitchen is amazing, and I'm hoping to go back this week because it's so nearby. How could I not? Plus, I need to ask the our favorite goddess Gina from Whiskey Kitchen if she knows anything about this peanut butter whiskey that I tried over the weekend. What a God must have been in a good mood when she inspired somebody to create peanut butter whiskey. Oh, that was wonderful. Let's see what else we have. Um, that's snarky and slightly bitchy. Green shirt, you must work at La Comer. I must. I suppose I must. Maybe I don't know it. Maybe I have a two personality situation going on, and maybe I work at La Comer. I just don't know that I do. Will the interview be live on Facebook or released later? It will be both, Liz. We will have a live interview at 12. And if Mark did his homework, and I hope he certainly did, we will be giving away a couple of tickets during the live broadcast for people to go catch this broadcast. And we have an endorsement from our dear friend Paul. Go see Mark Hartman and Brent Barrow. Uh, um, Brent Barrett. I saw the show last Friday and was really, really wowed. Well, I mean, we shared the demo reel of all the things that Brent Barrett has done. And I mean, he has shaken hands with Jerome Robbins, and he has shaken hands with Kevin Sorbo in one of those Robin Hood television series. I mean, I might be inclined to lick him, but no, he might think I'm weird if I do that. Never mind. Will the live broadcast have a link? Absolutely. The link was shared in the show notes from Saturday, and it is available on our Facebook page it is posted on our Facebook page. And let me just go find it right now so that I can put it in the comments right as we're doing this. That is something that I should have done before we started, but let me get it done right now just to make it easy on everyone. Da-dee-da-dee-da-da. Hold on just a second. Looking for it. Looking for it. Looking for it. Where is it? Talk amongst yourselves. Videos. See, this is the part where I embarrass myself thinking everything is so easy to find, and then it isn't. How embarrassing is this? Tell me what you did this weekend. I am determined to find this post that I created. Prime suspect. Paco, welcome. Prime suspect. Yay. No. Our weekly. And now I'm sweating because I'm not finding what I'm looking for. This is just absolutely not cool. Oh my God. Ah, there it is. Haha. Aha. Copy link. Hold on just a second. And now I'm going to put it here. There you go. I've just added it to the comments so that you can find it yourselves and you can join us. Oof, that made me so schwitzy. See, that's what happens when I'm not prepared, and it is... Oh, no way! Oh, my God. Sean, you could be like my heaven sent. Peanut butter whiskey is available. It is called Screwball, absolutely. And it is available at Mama Caguamas. Please don't do anything else today but two things. Watch our interview at noon and run over to Mama Caguamas to try this amazing, sweet peanut butter whiskey. Just don't drink as much as I did because you'll have a headache the next day. Let's see what else we have. No licking of Kevin Sorbo for me. He's turned into a rabid right-winger. Well, maybe he has, but he's still nice looking. Anyhow, what else do we have? What else do we have? I don't think we have anything else. So we've gotten to the end of today's broadcast, and we've survived, and I even got a little schwitzy because I couldn't find what I was looking for. Please join us later on today, in an hour, as a matter of fact, to learn more about the wonderful Mark Hartman and Brent Barrett, who is in our city for the first time. He is performing in Puerto Vallarta for the first time. We're itching to find out how he has found our city, if he's having a good time or not. And of course, we get to find out all these details and much more during our live interview in an hour and 4 minutes. If we don't see you then, hopefully we'll see you again sometime in the near future. And if we don't see you again in the near future, have a great, great week. And let's get together again soon. Have a wonderful day.